In the glittering underbelly of Hollywood's social swirl, where old flames flicker and new alliances form, a simple photograph can speak volumes about forgiveness, maturity, and the art of moving forward. Jerry O'Connell, the affable host and actor known for his easy charm and family man vibe, recently found himself in a frame that bridged eras. A casual pose alongside John Stamos, the ex-husband of his wife Rebecca Romijn. Captured at a lively event buzzing with laughter and light chatter, the image, O'Connell grinning broadly, Stamos flashing his trademark megawatt smile, served as a quiet coda to a chapter of public tension that had gripped tabloids 2 years earlier. It's a snapshot not just of reconciliation, but of lives intertwined in the most human of ways, through love's legacies, shared histories, and the graceful navigation of blended pasts. To understand the weight of this moment, one must rewind to the tapestry of relationships that wove it. Romijn, the statuesque supermodel turned actress with a career spanning X-Men blockbusters and sharp-witted procedurals, first captured hearts in the 90s as a Victoria's Secret staple. Her path crossed Stamos's in 1998, a union born of beachside romance and Full House fame that blossomed into marriage. They welcomed a son into the world, a bright-eyed boy who became the anchor of their story even as the tides turned. By 2005, after 7 years marked by the joys of parenthood and the strains of spotlight scrutiny, the couple parted ways amicably, their divorce a model of civility in an industry often riddled with rancor. Stamos, ever the eternal bachelor in the public eye, threw himself into music, memoirs, and a revolving door of high-profile romances, while Romijn stepped into a new chapter that would redefine her personal narrative. Enter O'Connell in 2004, a fellow actor whose boyish humor and grounded demeanor won Romijn over during a chance encounter at a charity auction. Their courtship was the stuff of rom-coms, playful banter escalating to passion, culminating in a 2007 wedding that blended their worlds seamlessly. Twins came next in 2008, Lily and Charlie, bundles of energy who filled their Los Angeles home with chaos and cheer. O'Connell, balancing roles on the talk and voice gigs in animated adventures, became the stepfather Romijn's son deserved, forging bonds that family photos now immortalize. It's a modern family portrait, 3 children from 2 unions, holidays shared without acrimony, and a co-parenting ethos that prioritizes harmony over headlines. Yet harmony wasn't always the headline. 2 years ago, cracks surfaced in this facade when Stamos, in a candid memoir excerpt splashed across newsstands, revisited the dissolution of his marriage to Romijn. His words, laced with hindsight's bitterness, painted a picture of betrayal and regret, accusations of infidelity that cast long shadows over the narrative. Romijn, protective of her peace, fired back through a spokesperson, decrying the revelations as hurtful distortions dredged from a decade past. O'Connell, thrust into the fray as her steadfast partner, lent his voice in interviews, his tone measured but firm, disappointment in the dredging of old wounds, a plea for privacy, and an emphasis on the family they'd built unshaken. The feud played out in soundbites and social scrolls, a brief storm in Hollywood's perpetual weather, amplified by fans loyal to Stamos's Beach Boy charm and those rooting for Romijn's unyielding grace. Fast forward to now, and the air feels cleared, the photograph a punctuation mark on that paragraph. Spotted at an industry gathering, perhaps a gala fundraiser or a low-key premiere after-party, the trio converged not with scripted drama, but organic ease. O'Connell, in his element as the convivial host, extended a hand. Stamos, ever the performer, met it with warmth. Romijn, the connective thread, stood between them, her presence a silent endorsement of truce. The image, candid and unposed, captures mid-laugh expressions. O'Connell's eyes crinkling with genuine mirth, Stamos's arms slung casually, Romijn's smile a beacon of relief. It's the kind of photo that doesn't demand captions. It tells its own tale of adults choosing civility over grudges, of fathers united in the noble pursuit of their children's well-being. This isn't an isolated anecdote in Tinseltown's lore. Hollywood brims with such sagas, exes orbiting like planets in a shared solar system, step-parents stepping up, and feuds fading into footnotes. Think of the Gwyneth Paltrow-Chris Martin conscious uncoupling that paved ways for blended brunches, or the Demi Moore-Bruce Willis dynamic where ex-spouses vacation as kin. O'Connell and Stamos's moment fits this mold, elevated by their individual trajectories. O'Connell, post-feud, doubled down on family escapades, from Disneyland dashes to podcast quips that poke gentle fun at celeb absurdities. Stamos, navigating personal upheavals including a high-profile rehab stint, channeled energy into Broadway revivals and heartfelt tributes to lost friends like Bob Saget. Romijn meanwhile juggled motherhood with roles in Star Trek spin-offs, her poise a quiet rebellion against the noise. What makes this reconciliation resonate is its subtlety. No tearful press release, no viral video of hugs. Just a photo shared perhaps on a private story or leaked through event wires, whispering that time heals when tended with intention. For the son at the center, now a teenager charting his own course, it's a gift. Models of maturity that affirm love's forms are manifold. O'Connell has spoken in past interviews about the nuances of step-parenting, the joys of school plays and the quiet pride in guiding without overshadowing. Stamos, in reflective podcasts, has owned his memoir's missteps, vowing to evolve. Together they've modeled that feuds like scripts can be rewritten. As the event's lights dimmed and conversations drifted to future projects, this trio's encounter lingered as a microcosm of growth. O'Connell, back home with Romijn, might reflect on the absurdity of it all over late-night laughs. Stamos, strumming guitar strings in solitude, could nod to closure's peace. In an era where social media magnifies every misstep, their choice to pose, smiling, unburdened, stands as a subtle superpower. It's a reminder that Hollywood's heart beats not in the scandals, but in these reclaimed moments of grace, where exes become allies and pasts propel presents forward. 2 years after the storm, the photo endures. Proof that even in the city of stars, bridges built from understanding outlast the tempests.